Hello and welcome back to High Ridge Farm with me, the Walrus. We're now into the last few days of the winter season here on High Ridge Farm, and I still kind of feel like I haven't really done much. Maybe it's because I haven't actually visited the desert very much during the winter, as I probably should have done, but I have managed to get a few other things organised and sorted, so that's at least nice. And I have been improving the relationship with many of the villagers here, which is good. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be only a couple of days. Well, being that there are only a couple of days, I really hope that the large quantity of crops that I have currently growing will be ready to harvest in time. Otherwise, that's going to be an expensive mistake. Well, I say expensive. An annoying mistake more than anything. Now, one of the things that I do need to do today now is, of course, I need to go and try and catch myself an albacore. Now, they are ocean-dwelling fish, and that's about all I know about them. So, I'm going to go down and visit the beach today, and I'm going to go and try and catch myself one. Maybe two, who knows. Any extras will be useful because any extra fish is always nice extra money, because I can just throw them straight in. Now, of course, that means it doesn't look like there's much available that's ready in here. No. Oh, okay. I've got a couple of star fruits. That's nice. Something quite helpful there. I don't really have anything else to replace them with, so I'm going to just slap some sunflower seeds in there. Now, of course, I do have a few other seeds just lurking in the seeds and greenery box by the house, which I should probably have a quick look at some point soon, just to see exactly what I've actually got lying around in here. Of course, I've got a few fish randomly lying around in one of the boxes because I'm contemplating getting a few extra fish ponds, as I think that they'd be quite helpful. Okay, so I've got myself some more snails and periwinkles. Again, not the most valuable of fish, but they are helpful for being turned into quality fertilizer, which is the main aim of the fish being there. Of course, we've got ourselves the lovely auto grabber, which allows me to be lazy. And, of course, I've also got another one set up in the coop now, so I can be doubly lazy and not have to run around trying to find all the eggs, which is good. Of course, we're just going to throw all the eggs into there to turn into mayonnaise. We've got a couple of duck eggs, that's nice. I should probably sell a couple of those on our own towards the completionist thing that I need to do, because I would like to have every item shipped. I think I need to ship 5 of every item for one of the completionist achievements, and kind of leave it like that, as of course having a very completionist sort of play style, and I like to achieve all of the things that I physically can, you know, get everything done. And that is an issue for me in the grand scheme of things, as it has caused me to end up playing games almost incessantly. I know with the Wind Waker, now that's a game that I never actually played until I was about 25. So it seems quite crazy, because although we had a GameCube in the house, my brother and I bought one jointly. He bought The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and because it was his game, I didn't really get to play it very much, which is a shame. But it meant that when I was 25, I actually played it for the first time, and my girlfriend at the time was getting very annoyed with me because she was the one who wanted me to play it. She was a big Zelda fan herself, and she got very frustrated as I was incessantly sailing around getting all of the hearts, playing as Captain Kleptomaniac, stealing stuff off of every enemy before I even hit them, because the claw on a rope thing was just my main aim. Just steal everything and be evil in that regard. But that's just how that rolled. Now, I'm going to try and catch myself an albacore. Come on. Please be an albacore. I know that they're a little bit more vigorous than some of the earlier fish, such as the sardine and the Oh, there's an albacore. That's convenient. And the tackle's broken, so I might need to get a new replacement one. I do have a few in one of the chests, actually, so that's good. And I'm just going to quickly smack the bit of the ground there, get a few mixed seeds, which is lovely. Drink some coffee, get a little bit of energy back, and get some speed, which is helpful. Of course, we're going to head over to Gus and hand over said fish. I have a sneaking suspicion. Oh, he's not open yet. So I am just going to amble around town and just quickly grab any quests and things. Catch 3 catfish. Okay. So it does look like this episode is going to be a very fish-heavy one by the looks of things. Not the end of worlds. One of the things I would like to try to catch, because I've only really remembered that it's a thing, is an octopus, because of the fact that they have a chance to spawn omnigeodes. Unfortunately, like the idiot I am, I've left it a little bit late, as they're only able to be caught early in the morning and during the winter or the summer. So I've definitely screwed myself over royally here. It could be worse, though. Could be a lot worse. Now, let's see what this fish is. And it is escaping me. You swine. Get back here. Okay, no, fine. Goodness gracious, it's being quite vigorous, this one. Please. Get in. Stay in the box. Flipping heck, what is this? I haven't seen such angry, antsy behaviour since the legendary fish. What on earth is it? Oh, it's a lingcod. Okay. Right. I need to dispose of some of that stuff, so I'm going to throw the seaweed on the floor. Why did I cast again? Well, I guess I'm hoping for another lingcod more than anything. I'm just going to get spammed with the inventory full. But oh well, that's my own silly fault. Yeah, it looks like it's another lingcod. I don't think I'll be able to catch it. Okay. See, this is my problem. I'm just incessant when it comes to wanting to give stuff. Just keep going and keep trying. It's that completionist nature of my gaming behaviour. And it's quite fun because a couple of my friends are ADHD, and they very much are, I'll try repeatedly lots of different things. Whereas for me, I'm very much, no, got to do it all the way to completion, and then I might have another go. Righty, now, so it's 1 o'clock almost, so the pub is definitely open now, so that's good. So I can now go visit Gus and run into a bush, because apparently I wasn't really paying a very large amount of attention there. That's my own silly fault. Okay, so let's just quickly nip on down here and see what we can find. Now, one of the things that I do need to do as well today is, as well as visiting Gus and trying to improve the relationship there, have a quick look at the friendships and see if there's anyone around that I can very quickly and easily visit. Okay, so we've got a Gus cutscene, so that's interesting. Okay, what have you got to say for yourself? Oh, I think this is the Pam cutscene where she's not paid off her bar tab, which, shock and horror. Okay, yes, so she hasn't paid off her tab in weeks. Which seems a bit rude, to be fair. Because, come on. A tab should be paid off by the end of the week, maybe? I mean, I've only ever had, like, a tab of an evening in a place. And that was only in the United States. And it's maybe not so much of a thing in the UK. Yes, you'd be angry, but yes, you should pay off your tab. There. Good. I don't care if she's angry with me, because she needs to actively do it. It's her responsibility is to pay her debts. Silly Pam. Right, now, there's the albacore. That's the one he wants. Have a fish. Excellent stuff. So that's that done, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now, considering the time and the fact that I do have a little bit of extra time lying on my hands, I think I'm going to go and visit the desert today. I'm going to try and get a little bit further down in the caves, because I want to get some iridium, because that would be really helpful. And we'll see how well we do. Of course, I've got a few fish to sell and some mayonnaise to sell as well, which isn't the end of the world. And a train is passing through Stardew Valley. The trouble with that is I always miss them, because I'm usually doing other things like this, such as organising and so on and so forth. Not really the end of the world. I know you do get some resources from them. Not really the biggest of deals. Okay. And this is where I'll find out from one of the comments that actually, secretly, the train is a super valuable thing and gives you so much stuff. And I'll feel like a right twit, because I won't have actually been paying attention or actually done that. But, oh well, that's me being an idiot again. But, oh well, I'll live. Now, let's have a quick look-see. So, I'm going to head over to the desert now. I've got a fair old bit of food, which is nice and all. And I've just drunk a bit of coffee. I should probably just make sure I've got everything ready. So let's go to the desert. I think I'm going to purchase some seeds as well while I'm here, because I've run out of starfruit seeds, and I think that would be very sensible. Okay. Let's have a look. So I've also got a bunch of coconuts that I can quickly grab, which is whilst I'm here, which is also very useful. And I can get a little bit more wood from these trees. Not going to hurt to do so, as of course I do really need more wood. It's a very important resource at this stage of the game. Now, let's have a quick look and see. Is this going to... Oh, okay, so let's see what fruit we can get in here. So I'm going to get myself some starfruit seeds by the looks of things, because they're highly valuable and I can afford quite a few of them, which will be helpful more than anything. I'll get some rhubarb and maybe some beet seeds as well, just to be on the safe side. Because the beet seeds are quite helpful, because of course I can turn them into sugar. But we'll see. I think that's going to be something that once I clear out a little bit more space in the greenhouse, that'll be done. Okay, so not many of the trees were grown in here. I can live with that. At least I've got this one. I know full well that because I've been coming to the desert a little bit and just mainly using it for extra wood resources. Okay, so whilst we're here, let's see if we can get ourselves some resources. Oh goodness, it's already got violent. Go away, serpent. Don't like those. They're rather horrible. And as I think I've made myself quite clear on them, I really don't like them. They're a pain in the posterior, as they just repeatedly attack and they do a lot of damage. Thankfully, this weapon I've got has got a reasonable amount of knockback, so I was able to keep that slime away from me. Oh, and I've got another one. Oh, go away. Okay, that was lucky. A good critical hit. Gave it a good slapping. Now, let's see. Because the purple slimes do have a chance of dropping iridium, this could be quite helpful. However, I've got a horrible feeling I'm just going to get slime and sap, considering they're the primary drops from them. But, oh well, I'll live. And, are you... Come on. Stop hiding, you little... Oof, rude. I mean, admittedly, I did turn up in their house and started stabbing them, so maybe I did deserve that one a little bit. Okay, so we've got some bugs that I can't kill, and some stone over here. That's fine. Ah, some useful coal. That's helpful. Okay, so my inventory's probably full at the moment. Yes, it is. So I'm going to eat the survival burger for a little bit of extra energy, as that will be quite handy in the grand scheme of things. And we grab the fire quartz and move on through. I don't believe there's much... Oh, there's a cake in this one. I don't believe there's much that the fire quartz is actually used for outside of donating to the museum and occasional quests from fish. I could be incorrect on that, but I can't think of any crafting recipes that really require fire quartz. Oh dear, I think I might have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew here, especially with that serpent turning up. Oh dear. Let's just quickly eat a pizza, as I can't be heartened while I'm eating, which is quite helpful. And there we go, giving it a good hard stabbing. It went away. Okay, so there's got to be a way down around here somewhere. There we go. That's convenient. Okay, I really want to find myself a couple of the holes so I can just jump down a large number of floors. Okay, we've got another secret note. So I think I should eat some of this white algae. Suitably disgusting. Borrowed a necklace from Mum, someone near the bathhouse. Okay. I can't remember who that is. I would assume it's Abigail. Because I think... well, there's Maru as well, but I can't remember if it's mentioned that Demetrius is stepdad to Sebastian and Robin is stepmum to Maru. I can't remember. Brain hurts. Well, either way, I think it is Abigail, because I think she's the only... well, there is Penny. She's got her mum in the village. But it's also Pam. And she's, well, an interesting character at the best of times. It's probably the easiest way of putting her. Okay, so I really need to try and... I'm trying to get all three of them down so I can actually bomb the lot of them. Not going so well by the looks of things. And there we go, there's the bomb. Let's reorganize this so it actually makes a bit more sense, so I can actually use the bomb quickly, because that would be more helpful in the grand scheme of things. And there's, of course, another mummy. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, well, I've killed that one. That's good. And we'll stab that one and give him a good stabbing. Oh, he's running away. That's annoying. Okay, so they're coming back up. I think the bomb's only going to get 2 of them, but that's still 2. And we have a drop down and some iridium. Okay, so that's nice and helpful. We should probably eat something else just for a bit more health. Grab the iridium ore. And get the cloth as well. Let's see. I don't want the sap anymore. It's not really that useful. Okay, so let's hop on down. 15 levels. Okay, that's quite a drop. Handy, though, because, of course, the further down you go, the more likely you are to find iridium, which is my main purpose for being here. Of course, the other reason I'd like to be here is if I can get myself a prismatic shard. Just one is all I need. Because that would then allow me to get the legendary or the ultimate weapons, which of course aren't so ultimate considering that you can upgrade them on Ginger Island in the mountain fiery lava forge thing. Either way, still quite helpful. Now, I'm not sure if I actually need that stone, so that can get thrown away for now. Right, so let's keep going forward, stabbing my way through this horrible slime. It's a shame the vampiric effect isn't more... I wanted to say commonplace. I want to say more frequent. That's probably a better description. Because then I would have less issues here. However. Let's see. Okay, so we've got on the sides another coal cart. That's helpful. Because, of course, the more coal we get, the easier it is to smelt everything. And, of course, smelting stuff is kind of a main aim at the moment. Being able to make all of the lovely minerals. And, of course, scarfing down these cave carrots is not exactly a bad idea either. Okay, so let's head on down. Okay, so what's in here? Oh, some cactus seeds. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we've got 15 of those. And away down. So, let's keep on going. Okay, so let's just smash open these basket things. That's some more coal. That's helpful. And... oh, no. That was stupid. I need to find a way out of here because otherwise I'm going to get attacked by more serpents and I don't want that because the serpents are really annoying. Ah, another Omnigeode. That's nice. That's something I can break open, which is good. Let's see if I can find my way down around here rather than having to go further in. An amethyst. Lovely, but haven't really got the space for that just yet. Maybe I'll have to quickly... oh, flip. That's a lot of them. I need to get out of here. Go away. Leave me alone. No. How did that one still hit me? That's rude. Okay. Go away. No. Evil creatures. Buzz off. Okay. So I've actually got a bit of amethyst there now, and I've fully healed myself, which is useful. Let's get rid of the seeds for now. And keep a hold of the bomb. That'll be useful. I'm sure I can just quickly drop it down and use it to clear out a little bit more space. Oh, iridium. Let's see. Oh, it's an iridium crab. That's annoying. That's very annoying. Come here. Die. Eat sword. Ugh. So much health. Just thank you. Well, it's a little bit more iridium ore. I might have a little bit more left at home, which will allow me to smelt that into an actual bar, which might be nice. We'll see. Keep smashing my way through these. And another Omnigeode, so that's useful. So let's jump on down and see where we end up. Okay, so just a few more levels down. So floor 31. And don't need those. Oh, another iridium one. That's useful. So let's just go and find out. I have a fee. Oh, no, we've got more serpents. Oh, lummy daisy. Go away. Oh, and it's another crab as well. That's not good. Oh, good grief, these serpents. They're just constant. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. I need to quickly move some food into the slot I think I'm using, and I'm going to try and eat that straight away. Oh, and they got me. Oh, no. That's annoying. Ugh. For pity's sake. Well, 1000 G. Okay, I didn't actually lose anything, so that's not the end of the world. Well, other than 1000 G. Good American healthcare system right there. And off we trot. Let's get out of here. I'm going to go and deposit all of my goodies away, and I'm going to go to bed after a horrible incident in the desert. That could have gone worse, but it could also have gone a heck of a lot better. That's quite annoying. Oh well. At least I've got myself some more iridium. How very much? Who knows, really? Oh, 3 whole bits. It's not really much, is it? Not conducive to a huge amount of gubbins. Quite annoying. Well, at least I can sort of get some of that to work. I've got the Omnigeodes as well. They also might give me iridium ore. They might also give me something completely pointless. They might even actually give me some of the basalt that I've been hunting for. If all else fails, we'll find out soon enough. Right. So I've got some more coconuts, which is nice. And I've got some more seeds, which will be helpful in the grand scheme of things. And, of course, the pickles are ready as well. So let's put another coconut in there. I should probably have grabbed them rather than just walking past and completely ignoring them, because that would have been sensible. But then again, at no point have I ever mentioned that I am sensible. Right, so let's put that in there. We've got 3 more items to put in there. What should we do? Let's put some corn in. Pickled corn. It would be nice if the... I don't think there actually is a cabbage, is there? Because I was thinking about making kimchi. Because that is a very big guilty pleasure of mine. I do very much enjoy kimchi. Okay, so... now that we are in the morning, I'm going to try and get a hold of an octopus. So it is going to mean that I will go straight to the beach and try my hardest to catch one. I know full well that they're quite vigorous as a fish, so they can be a little bit of a pain to catch, which is, well, my own fault on that one. Okay, so there's that coconut wine on the go. Let's water that plant, and off we go. Okay, hello Gus. What would you like to sell me this morning? I mean, it's a lovely day. It just happens to be snowing, which I very much wish it would snow around here. We're having terribly cold frosts at the moment in the UK. Oh, he's got his sauce. Okay. Your sauce must have frozen by now, Gus. Also, how have you managed that? Does he have his own personal walking cooker? I think his analogy is a bit odd, but I can understand his potential dubious concern about somebody new moving to the village. Because who knows? Who knows what they'll be like. Okay, so I've got the mini jukebox. Don't think I've really done much with them in the past, so that's kind of interesting. So I'll put that in one of the rooms somewhere. I think I need to upgrade the house more first. Okay. So we didn't get any iridium, and of course, as you can see, all of those lovely things are ready to harvest. That makes my life a lot easier for the next couple of days, as of course I don't have to worry about any of the other crops coming in, or one more point, not coming in time. Well, this will be helpful. Let's just grab all of those. That's going to make a bit of quick money. I don't believe that they actually count towards your foraging, because of course you've grown them yourself. And I know that's something that I still need to upgrade, which is a shame. I think what that's going to mean is that during the spring, I'm going to have to go on an intense foraging binge, particularly for those spring onions, even though I know that they're not... I don't believe they're part of the spring seeds that you can grow. But, oh, okay, my inventory is full. That's helpful. Well, let's go and sell some of these then, and put some of these seeds away. That'll make life easier, won't it? But all the same, they're quite helpful in the grand scheme of things, as they are, them and the leeks are a favourite of a couple of the different characters. And that is always helpful to move towards in improving friendships and relationships. Considering most of the townfolk and I have at least a 4-star relationship, I think maybe 5 for a few of them. And of course, the more I can improve that, the better. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly sell some of these. Got quite a few miscellaneous different fruits and things there, which is lovely. And we'll throw the aged roe in and the coconut wine. And we'll teleport ourselves to the beach and see what we can catch. Okay. Now, I am going to go over to the other side of the beach. I'm not quite sure why. It's just a preferred fishing spot rather than near Willie's. It's just a thing. Okay, so let's grab some of these urchins and the corals, and they'll just be easy, quick money. And I think they're also considered forageables. So that'll be some more forageable experience, which is something I desperately need. As, of course, as I mentioned not that long ago, maybe in the last couple of minutes, about needing to upgrade that to level 10. Because I believe at level 10 you get to choose whether you want to have always iridium quality forageables found, which I think would be very helpful to me. Now, what creature do we have on the line? We've got an albacore. That was a lot easier than when I needed to catch one. And some seaweed. And here comes some more seaweed, I'm sure, because that's always the way it works. I do have bait on the line. I wonder why it's taking so long. Maybe I've forgotten to put another hook or whatnot on it. That's my own silly fault, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to catch us a little red mullet even. Red mullet? No. I wanted to say a red snapper, and they're the small fish, and ugh, my brain. It's just not functioning today. Then again, it very rarely does, to be fair. Okay, so let's see what we catch in the chest as well. Might be something helpful. I know you can catch the lava geodes actually in them, so maybe that could be a useful thing to catch. It could happen. Then we got ourselves a herring and some wild bait. Actually, let's put that on, because double catch of a cast would be quite helpful, particularly if I do actually manage to catch myself an octopus. Perhaps I'm being a bit annoyed with myself, because I know that they are something that you can catch whilst doing the winter market, the night market, I think is a proper name, event, when you go in under the water in the submarine. So I think I would very much like to catch one, and I haven't been able to. So I think I may have to wait until the summer at this point if I don't catch one today or tomorrow. Oh well, that's my own fault on that one. I should have really been concentrating a bit more on it. The trouble is I got distracted by everything else that was going on the farm, which is quite easy to do with Stardew. There's so many things that you might want to do, particularly in such a lovely little place, and get your crops sorted and all that lovely jazz. So, well, it's my own silly fault on that one. Okay, so it's a couple of red mullets. Again, that's extra money. Okay, so as you can see, I've just skipped ahead because I was fishing a lot. And of course, I've caught myself 9 magma geodes, which was very fortunate. I've gone and sold all the fish. Okay. Went straight to Willy and just was like, have fish. Okay, so some obsidian. But, oh yes, of course, I got the basalt. That's actually something very useful. I needed that, so that's useful. Ooh. Neptunite? Is that one that I need for the... let's see. I'm going to upgrade my trash can. Because why not? I mean, it's the only thing I can upgrade with steel at the moment, well, iron. So I might as well. I can't remember how much it improves your scrapping, but okay. So we've got a couple of new stones which we can deposit in the museum. So we're getting there with the museum. It's not quite there. Oh, that's quite a nice chair. Okay. So I'm going to sell the other miscellanea. I'm going to throw the basalt in with the lava eels as they have requested. And I think we'll be working our way to an improved and significantly better result. Now, one of the problems I've also realised is I forgot to go and visit Krobus yesterday, which means I've missed out on an iridium sprinkler. So, of course, as well as being beaten up by horrible serpents, I've missed out on a very good deal. Drat. Well, I can get another next week. I could technically make another 2, but I don't want to. I'd rather hold on to it for the time being. There you go, lava eels. I mean, I'm not quite sure how basalt will keep a fish healthy. I mean, they are lava eels. Maybe that's... I mean, it's a volcanic rock, and they just might like it. They might nibble on it or lick it or something. I don't know. I've never actually kept fish, so they're not really something I'm very well knowledgeable on when it comes to animals. As I mentioned previously about the piranhas and such. So, oh, whoops-a-daisy. That's annoying. Something much more of my uncle's remit. He knew far, far more, considering he ran an aquarium. One would expect that he'd know more than I regarding that, because, well, duh. But anyway. So, I'm just going to quickly deposit some miscellaneous gubbins away, because it's probably a good idea to do so for the time being. And I do really want to make sure I have everything available. Now, glows triangle. So I don't need either of those two, so they're going to get thrown straight in the sales box. And what else have we got? Some wood. That'd be helpful. Now, some more starfruit wine. So that's a little bit of extra cash coming in, which would be lovely. There we go. So let's pop those there. And then those go. Because 9 bottles of starfruit wine is quite valuable. And very, very useful. I'm never going to be too upset about starfruit wine. Especially not rolling around in the cash money that provides. Now, let's just quickly fling that in there, that in there, that. No, I don't need those. Screw it. Let's just sell those. Just get rid of them for the time being. Again, I'm not sure if I've already sold them and shipped them out, but I do need to do so. That is the way that this works. Okay, so we've got some cheese, and that can get thrown in there very quickly. Thankfully, because those boxes are a flat pack, as Robin describes them, they don't take any time to build, which is very helpful. At the same time, however, I've built flat pack furniture before. I know how long it can take, especially if you don't read the instructions properly, as I've managed to do in the past. An IKEA set of drawers comes to mind, where I managed to work my hardest. It went together fine, but one of the drawers, for some reason, I didn't quite get one of the dowel pins in far enough. So when I tried to attach the front to the side of the drawer, I managed to drive one of these dowel pins through the front of the darn drawer, which of course made a horrible hole and caused me to be very, very annoyed with myself. There might have been a few expletives. Only a few. However, it was a very quick bit of polyfiller later and a little lick of paint, and it was fine. Right, so we've got ourselves a lot more iron and some geodes to break open, so let's just do that as well. Again, the iron is going to be helpful for the kegs, because I need an iron, a copper, and oak resin for that. Okay, and in here today, ooh, looks like we've got some corn. So again, they're plants that I don't really need in here. Not at least inside the soil bits. I guess that's the problem with, if I do put a bunch of pots in there, that does mean I'm going to have to actively water them, which is a pain. I say a pain. It's something that I've got to remember to do, unless I put them at can they be automatically watered? I'm not sure. I might have to give that a try. If I can angle them in such a way that they are in close proximity to the sprinklers, it might work. Okay, so as you can see, we've got quite a few 4-star relationships, a couple of 3s, and the dwarf at 1. I should probably go and visit him and give him something shiny. I'm not quite sure what the dwarf likes, actually. Maybe he likes void essences, because the void creatures can drop those. Maybe? I'm not sure. All the same, it's been a good week with... Oh, actually, the winter season hasn't been terrible for improving friendships with the villagers. We've had quite a good selection of improvements, which is good. Just going to quickly work my way through here, just seeing if there were any trees. Doesn't look like it. That's a shame. I was hoping that something would have grown. I think that's going to be in the next couple of days, actually, considering that we're about to enter back into spring. Now, as I've mentioned a couple of times already, having a look at the mods. So what I'm probably planning on doing is, once I complete this video, this year of Stardew Valley, of course I'm not going to stop, because as I've mentioned already this video, I'm a horrific completionist and I need to complete Stardew Valley, which I think is perfectly a legitimate plan and a proper aim. However, I am going to look into some of the mods, and of course I'm going to do that by having a quick look on the Nexus mod page and see what mods are available. Now, if memory serves, you catch the piece of jewellery. However, I think because it's frozen, I cannot do so. That is annoying. Doesn't mean I'm not going to stop trying, though. Well, until then. Oh well, that was my own silly fault. But all the same, I'm going to have a look and see what sort of exciting things we can find. Nothing that makes the gameplay easier, however. Because I don't want to make the game easier. That's kind of my aim. Money's not as much of a problem, so if I end up with some seeds that might have a higher sale value than they probably should. I mean, if it says that they've got a 1-day growing period and they give you 84 million G, then I'm just going to stay the heck away from that, because no. But it's not going to be the end of the world if I end up with something that is maybe a little bit more valuable than it probably should be. But all the same, I'm going to try and avoid those. But I am going to probably do a special video of me having a look through the Nexus mods. It's not going to be a hugely, ridiculously long one. But that is going to be something that I will do in the next couple of days. That might be the next one before the new year in Stardew. And actually, I could very well time it so that I start year 2 of Stardew next year in 2023. However, I'm on a bit of a roll. I quite enjoy where I am at, and I'm quite happy to keep going. We'll see. Okay, so that's the end of today. So we have one more day of the winter season left. So this could be interesting. Now, of course, I'm going to have a quick look and see and grab of things. Okay, so we've got some blueberries ready for harvest today. And that won't be too difficult to get a hold of. There we go. So that's, again, like strawberries, a constant production and very useful for turning into jams, jellies, preserves, whatever you want to call it. Or muffins. That's something, obviously, being that muffins aren't really a very big thing. I always remember blueberry muffins being a very American thing from when I lived out there. Ah, Linus gives us some fried calamari. How nice. Maybe that's... Again, I mean, blueberries aren't exactly native to the United Kingdom, so it does kind of make sense that it's more of an American thing. Now, let's just quickly sort all that out. And there we go. Now, quickly double check down here. Doesn't look like any of the pine tar is ready. That's fine. I can deal with that. Wouldn't mind some more being available, however. Now, I have quickly jumped ahead a little bit of time here because I may have ever so slightly screwed up. I went down to the beach to try to catch myself an octopus, failed miserably once again, but managed to inadvertently pause the recording in the middle of doing so. So I use OBS as my general recording studio, and, well, I don't know what, I must have accidentally hit my pause recording button. And of course I've got a start-stop setup. And that's why I use a controller for when I play, because then there's no risk of hitting the keyboard. Unfortunately, I fumbled my phone during the recording, dropped it onto the keyboard, and obviously hit the start and stop button. Essentially, boils down to the walrus is an idiot and screwed up, which I'm sure is news to nobody at this point, having seen that I do a lot of dumb stuff. Okay, so I'm going to pop some seeds back away. That'll be good. Lovely stuff. Now, of course, I've got a few melons, which is nice, and I've got some ancient fruits. And the ancient fruits are quite nice. They're not as valuable, if memory serves, as the star fruit, which I kind of think they should be, if not more valuable, because they're an ancient seed that you've kind of resurrected in a sense. But all the same, they're still very valuable. You can make some good wine with them. And again, they're an item that is good with an improved wine. Their value is very heavily improved by being turned into wine, which is very useful. Okay, so we've got a few more geodes to smelt, which is fine. So we'll pop those two away. And I think I don't know. Yeah, no, I've donated a lemon stone already, so that can get thrown away into the sales bin. And I'm going to go and visit the animals down in the southern part of the farm, which will be a nice, easy way of getting everything sorted. A little bit of extra cash as well. Now, I've still totally forgotten to purchase a rabbit, which is something I definitely need to do. I need to purchase at least one, because they are very helpful in their slow production of rabbit's feet, as they are not the most... They're not guaranteed to drop, which is fair, but they are useful in a couple of quests. And, of course, as part of the community centre bundle. Now, I lucked out very dramatically in finding one randomly, but I do need to get another one for one of the secret notes. And I think that's something that I should also start working towards doing, is actually trying to complete all of the secret notes that have the secret directional side of things that need doing. Oops. Let me out. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to sell some of that and sell that. And let's head on south. Now, I'm quite pleased with the amount of money I'm actually sitting on at the moment. 86,000 isn't exactly a shabby amount. I think that's probably the closest I've had to 100,000 so far. Okay. And iridium ore. Well, I'm buying that. That's quite cute. I'm buying that. It's ridiculous. Therefore, it needs to be purchased. Why would I buy an acorn from you? I've got loads of them. I've cut down oak trees. Okay, so we've got some more slimes to murder, but again, I can get myself some more hardwood, which again, very useful, and is going to be very important in production of a few important buildings and the obelisks. Now, that's something I really should get a handle on making. I think I've got the resources actually to make them, but at the same time, I also don't want to use all of the hardwood I have straight away for that. What I will do is, as soon as I can, I'm going to make some more of the tree fertilizer, which I have quite a few seeds already planted of the mahogany seeds, which do grow into the hardwood trees, which will then allow me to obtain more hardwood quite easily, which I think is the more important side there. Now, that's the Mermaid Show one, which is really easy, and also a little bit late for that one, unfortunately. Now, of course, me saying that it's a bit easy, it's because I remembered it more than anything, and I knew that it was linked to the song that she sang, and actually trying to remember exactly what one needs to do for it. I didn't think it was too difficult, but that's just the way, you know, you remember certain aspects and things, don't you? It's just how your brain works. And when I was a lot younger, I learned how to play the piano. My father played the piano, and she played a church organ, which was, I thought, really cool. And because, of course, I knew how to do that and play the piano, musical puzzles aren't really that challenging to me, because I have a reasonable understanding of how they work. But that doesn't mean I'll always get it right, because everyone can just catastrophically screw up on that one. That's just how it works. Okay, so organising the inventory here. We've got another singular iridium, which is fine. Would have liked more, but hey-ho. It's still better than nothing. So we've got 3. So I still need another 12 ore to make the 3 more bars that I need to upgrade one of the tools. And of course, as one of the commenters in my last video did mention, or sorry, in a more recent video did mention, I should probably do the pickaxe or the axe. And I'm erring slightly more on the axe at the moment, because I know I will be using it a lot more come the new year, as it is a very useful tool for helping me clear the farm out. Because, of course, there's going to be trees all over the place, there's going to be grass everywhere, and just the I say damage, but the extra wild growth that you get as first step of the new year is a thing that I'm going to have to deal with. Oh well. Now, of course, there's not actually a huge amount left for me to do today, considering it's not super late, but I've managed to grab all the resources that are available. I think I wouldn't mind buying another fridge, though. Maybe I should purchase another one of those from Robin when I next go to visit her, as having them in the house does mean they are considered an access point for your oven, and anything that's in them can be cooked with, which is always nice. Let's just double check and see if there's anything else that I can do. Don't believe there really is. So, let's just check and see if there are any more artifact spots as well, because that's always a very sensible plan, because the artifact spots are quite helpful. And, of course, they do give you some nice resources occasionally. And even though clay isn't really that useful for certain items, it is incredibly handy for me with regards, I believe they're used for the garden pots. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's a quartz, some clay, a refined quartz that is, and some clay to make them. Either way, still useful stuff. So it does look like there's nobody around. Oh, okay, well, that is the dead of winter for you. I say dead of winter, dead of New Year's Eve, as of course that's what this is, really. Okay. So I'm going to head back to the farm and prepare to wrap everything up, because there's not really else a huge amount I can do. So, of course, in a preemptive double check, however, I'm going to just have a quick look and see inside the community centre, because I know that I need to get a couple of things from in here. So there's a pomegranate, a red cabbage, and a singular truffle. The truffle shouldn't be a problem, neither should the red cabbage, and I'm pretty sure I have at least 2 pomegranate trees already planted. And if that is correct, then I should be able... Okay, you want some green algae? Whatever. If that is correct, then I should be able to complete the community centre bundle probably by the end of the first week of spring, which will make me feel quite pleased. Now, of course, this is pretty much wrapping up the entire video, so I'll say thank you for tuning in, and please do like, share, subscribe, and tell others about the Mad Walrus. Catch you on the next one.